Music writers use music as a means to communicate certain thoughts, feelings, ideas, or emotions to a listener. Different genres of music write about different ideas and therefore accumulate followings of like-minded people who connect with the contents of the music. According to sociologists, culture consists of values, beliefs, systems of language, communication, and practices that people share in common that can be used to define them as a collective. Based on this statement, we can define different genre fans as musical subcultures. They are a collective of people who share certain ideas, behaviours, forms of communication, and practices that are all unique to that group. However, with the introduction of huge libraries of music, fans are now free to enjoy any type of music from any genre they choose. As enjoyable as it may be to jump between different styles of music and have no limit to what kind of music you can listen to, have these streaming services helped or hindered musical culture? Have these clearly defined subcultures faded away to give birth to a whole new form of music culture? And just how deep does the impact of streaming music go? Last year, nearly 5 million records were purchased in the UK, making 2020 vinyl's 13th year of growth. However, for the price of just one brand new record, you can enjoy 2 months of Spotify Premium. With this in mind, it's certainly not hard to see why streaming now accounts for 80% of music consumption. There have never been more ways to discover, share, enjoy, and collect music. However, I was interested to ask people in the street what their music habits are, but also to get their views on how streaming has affected music culture.
I use Spotify to listen to music.
Spotify.
Mostly Spotify, sometimes YouTube.
In terms of downloading or listening to music online, it is mainly Spotify or through Amazon Prime.
It's a cliche, but I like everything and anything. Mostly rock though.
Classical, sometimes rock. I mainly listen to like NCS stuff, just because of my own projects.
Probably pop.
Anything.
Quite an eclectic taste, ranging from metal to trip hop to classical to grime, just lots of eclectic stuff basically.
In terms of, obviously I pay my Spotify monthly subscription, but in terms of buying albums, probably over 10 years ago, it's not really something I use.
Bought like a CD. I don't have any money, so probably when I was like 10.
A CD, oh shit, I think it was 2012.
I don't think I've ever bought music in my life.
Maybe 4 or 5 years ago. CD, ages ago.
I don't know, it's been a while, definitely a couple of years.
I think streaming has had a major impact. The fact that, especially with things like YouTube, the copyright system coming into play with now.
Quite a lot, because you can stream it a lot better, but the money's also like you have to pay it online, which is fair enough. But then the CDs and stuff are kind of going in the bin, so not many people are getting money from that.
It's had an absolutely massive impact. So I used to work in music licensing, and so we dealt a lot with obviously people being able to use music. So the biggest thing that I found with streaming is that it's taken music being something physical to being something much more ethereal.
It's made it, I believe, a lot easier for people to enter into, but it's also reduced the sort of profit margins and things like that, because obviously now there's another new player in the game in terms of that cash transaction.
And people now assume it's more like it's air, I'm entitled to it. There's a lot more entitlement to music, and I think the disconnect between how the struggle and how much money it costs to actually produce music is totally changed.
It was clear from speaking to the public that despite what people's opinion of streaming music might be, it seems to have won everyone over due to its convenience and value for money. However, I wanted to explore how much streaming had impacted on specific areas of the music industry, so I decided to speak with the owner of Mars Plectrum Records, one of the few remaining record stores in Peterborough, and the lead singers and songwriters of the band The Condors. I wanted to speak with each of them to see how much streaming had affected their lives and professions.
I think there's been an endless slide of the value of music, and I think the streaming services have to take some responsibility for that. I mean, music is just, before streaming existed, music was just everywhere. But I'm not really sure to what extent people actually pay attention to music. You know, if it's a purchase that you've consciously made and you've gone out and you've bought and you bring it back home, on that journey home you're planning when you're going to listen to this. I'll make the tea, we'll wash it, we'll clear it, we'll do this, we'll do that, and then I can put that record on. That doesn't happen with streaming, does it? With streaming now, you can pay the price of one record and you can have 60, 70, 100 million songs at your disposal, whereas beforehand you had to come out and commit to buying that record.
It's just changed. It's changed. I don't know if it's better or worse. It's different. The production sound has become very sterile and very kind of advert friendly. So it's kind of got rid of your punks and stuff like that are a little bit harder to find. I think what it does is I don't know if it's changed the way of writing, but it's definitely confused writing, because you start thinking, oh, it needs to follow or fit a box to go and gain numbers.
That's true.
So then you go and you think maybe we need to do something, and then before you know it, you've written a pile of crap that you just don't like anymore.
My absolute favourite thing is to sit down with an album and you clear the decks and play it from start to finish. I mean, it's a rewarding way of listening to music, and you can start out feeling one way, and at the end of the record, you feel a different way. And you've been moved by the artist and that piece of music. Someone has sat down and they poured their hearts into that running order, and they may have stopped the process of releasing that album and think, well, we need something else to fit in here to make this song link to this one, and people just cast that aside because it's easy, isn't it? And it's convenient. And I think the one thing that the streaming services have over records is convenience.
People haven't got time to sit and indulge in one album, I don't think.
I think everyone's asleep and they need to wake up. That's what I think.
I mean, from my point of view, you know, to know that 100 people have streamed your track is great, but to only earn 32p, how are you supposed to earn a living? You're not.
It's kind of got in the way of the truly damaged artistic people that haven't got a clue how to use media. You know, they're challenged, they're mentally challenged in any other way apart from making shit hot music. Where are they, man?
I understand the algorithms, and I can assure that there is some benefit, but don't they just end up recommending more of what you like? So if you like Idols and it knows that you keep playing the Idols, it will give you more bands like the Idols. But maybe Idols have scratched that itch and you want something completely different, you know, that isn't linked in the algorithm to that. And that's the danger, I think, with algorithms that lead in the way in choosing what you're going to listen to next.
Everyone's searching for a new genre to be a part of something new and different.
Are they?
Yeah. So now you don't just get soul, you get cool soul, or deep vibing soul, or soul that was forgotten soul. You know, it's not just soul anymore. It's like fine, divine
you've got
soul.
no soul.
Or soulless. Soulless. I hear that's a really good genre.
There is just this huge wall of music which is pushed onto you through the streaming services. Whereas you used to go out and just buy a record, and then you would base your record, what you bought next, over what you have and what your friends have. But record shops just don't deal in the same numbers of people which they used to. So it's quite small things. So it's almost like the culture will be, instead of the bands and things which bring it together, it will just be collecting vinyl will bring it together. And that will be the group of people that are into vinyl.
I'm not necessarily, I'm not helping the artist by streaming the music because they're not getting paid that much.
There's many ways of making money if you're in it for making money. If you're in it to make music, that's a different thing. If you're in it to make art, that's a different thing.
Yeah, but at the same time...
But you shouldn't be driven by money.
No, but okay, right, so let's say you're an independent artist, you spend thousands of pounds making an album, right? You don't have that money, but you save up all your money to make this album, right? And you put it out there and you put it on Spotify and you get 100 listens. Or you get 1 million listens and you get 32p.
Yeah.
You are going to be so annoyed and upset that you've invested all that money and you've got nothing back.
But okay, so on the opposite side of the scale is to make music is really cheap now.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, okay.
You can make an album that is in the charts, that is on Spotify right now. I could make it on my iPhone. I can make one of the biggest songs right now on my iPhone with the sounds that are exactly the same as what's the biggest tune right now that's making loads of money.
Yeah, that's true.
I could film it on my iPhone.
But maybe a lot of that is trend-based music.
Yeah, so
right?
okay. I mean,
okay,
what are you in it for? You in it for money, or you want to be cool? You want to be loved?
Yeah, but
what are you in it? You got like low self-esteem or something? What are you trying to get out of this?
Let's say you want to make
your ego too big.
I think there's a lot of positives that we can take for having every album, all these millions of songs available to everybody at a really affordable rate is a fantastic thing. but it also, on the same token, has devalued music. And if all of the bands and the artists are struggling to make a living or only making pence out of what's streamed on them, again, it's kind of hard to see what the benefits are. So maybe some short term for the consumer, but it's not a sustainable model that's going to last, and it's going to keep creatives being able to make the art that we all thirst for.
The problem isn't in the music industry, the problem is that the whole system itself is set up to squash, manipulate and suppress, so people make shitty little tunes.
Gav, I know for a fact, right, if we got a load of streams on our album and we got our PRS statement, we got a statement from Spotify and we got paid £1,
but the industry isn't just about the streaming. It's not about the streaming. If you're getting the right amount of streaming, you can start benefiting off that. It's about business. It's about business. I'm not in it for the business. I'm in it to make music.
That's true. But
whatever comes in, I'm grateful.
Yeah, but I also don't think it's fair that people are just not getting paid what they should be getting paid, when it costs so much money to do everything else.
Swings and roundabouts, man. I mean, I'm not saying it's fair, but it's not unfair. It's just the way it is. It just is.
Let me ask this question. If you could change it so that it was more fair, would you?
Always.
There we go.
Having now spoken with the general public and individuals who work in the world of music, I felt I was really getting somewhere. Streaming has completely changed how music is made, distributed and enjoyed. However, I was interested to see what streaming services would say in their own defence, so I got in touch with one of the biggest open source streaming sites in the world, SoundCloud.
Well, my position is unique at SoundCloud. I am the Senior Director of DSP Relations. My job is to actually get the records that we deem a priority, the artists we deem a priority. My job is to get them played on the other DSPs, like the Spotify's and Apple's, Tidal, Pandora. I think streaming was received so well for a few reasons. One, people were able to access tons of music. Back in the day, you had to have a huge album collection or a CD collection, carrying them around in crates or huge CD booklets in your car, or having significant space in your home, shelves to keep all this music. Streaming cut that out, and you can have thousands and thousands of songs and albums in the palm of your hand on your phone. So that was a huge help. And also, at one point, music, CDs, albums got pretty expensive, and a lot of people realized they didn't like only but one or two songs. So the streaming came around, you're able to pick the songs you liked, you can add them to your playlist. For a while, streaming was free, still free in some places, but you can pay a subscription service and have access to as many songs as you want. You can skip records, go right to the track you want, and I think that was huge for people. The consumption is on an upward tick. It's continued to be for years. Hip hop obviously has been running the genres for a long time, and I think that's just going to continue. A lot of people thought once the physical CD sales started to decline, that was going to be the end of consumption. It's proven to be quite the opposite. People are consuming music at an alarming rate, and streaming is at the forefront of it. So it's great. Genres that have the younger fan base, they're fine. Some of the genres that cater to an older demo are not as swift to streaming as the others. Gospel, jazz. Those are a little slower to stream than some of the other genres like hip hop and pop and EDM. The fan base with the younger demos are seeing streaming numbers well. Just like radio stations, you program a radio station, you hear songs so much, you end up liking them. Same thing with streaming services. They can give certain songs and albums a certain artist placement. You hear a song so much, you hear a certain artist so much, that sometimes you become a fan by osmosis. Streaming services promote their playlists for a couple reasons. Every streaming service wants the listener to be on the platform as long as possible. You want more people on the platform every month. You want them to stay longer. So if you're coming to my platform because you want to hear the new, Big Rick, you want to hear the new Drake, you want to hear the new Nicki Minaj, you want to hear the new Brian Courtney Wilson, you want to hear the new Taylor Swift, you're going to come to the site, hopefully. But in order for me to keep you there, I have to have some things that are unique to my site that hopefully you like. So that's where the playlists come in. If I have a dope jazz playlist that you love, a really dope pop playlist, or a great hip hop playlist that you love, hopefully you will come listen to hip hop, try to discover new music on my site, therefore spending more time on the site. So that's why playlists are really promoted heavily from the DSPs. So moods are very important, obviously, because genres are so vast now. There's so many different variations of songs. Like you can say I want to listen to pop, but there's romantic pop, there's chill pop, there's stuff that you want to work out to. You want to listen to hip hop, but you may be in the mood to hear just chill hip hop or just instrumental beats. You want to listen to country music, you may want to listen to sad songs, or want to listen to songs that get me rocking in the bar, or songs that want to make me two-step. So there's so many sub-genres or different types of these genres that it's really important to promote the moods. If there's been anything that's been a direct effect of streaming, is shorter songs. People are writing shorter songs, attention spans are shorter. People want to get in, get out, listen to a song. You want people to listen to your song multiple times, so people have been writing shorter songs. SoundCloud is all about the creator. From the repost division that I work for, Repost by SoundCloud, our main goal is to have allow the creators to quit their day jobs and just make a living off of music and their art. So anything we can do to help the creator, anything we can do to help them financially, creatively, we want to do. So we want to be on the forefront of that. I believe SoundCloud has the reputation, it's well deserved, to be in a place where you discover new music, being a very user-friendly and a creator-friendly place, a DSP, a platform that is for the creator. So anything we do to make it easier for them financially and any other way, we want to do it. So we'll continue to do that. And of course, we encourage everyone to do that because, again, we're all about the creators. Anyway, hope this helps, man. All right, peace.
Having heard the other side of the discussion, it became clear not all was as it seemed. Streaming services clearly understand their impact on the world of music, and there are things in place to help artists understand how to use the system in their favour. So, who caused this huge shift in the way music is consumed? Well, as it turns out, no single entity is responsible. The way we consume music has always affected the way music was made. For example, when the smaller 45 RPM record was invented, this gave birth to the single. When CDs were introduced, artists now had the ability to create longer albums. So is this a natural part of music? There was the radio, then there was vinyl, which was replaced by cassette tapes. These were followed by CDs, which were made redundant by digital downloads. So are streaming services just the next in a long-running tradition? So, is genre dead? Well, no, but it is dying. As long as there are people with a strong connection to a certain type of music, then genre will persist, but this idea of commitment to one style of music just isn't practical anymore. Despite this, there is clearly a universal feeling that the cultures that went hand in hand with genre are being lost. However, is this just a natural side effect of this new music format? Let's not forget that vinyl was a long-lost relic of the past a few years ago. Jump forward to today and it has somehow made a remarkable comeback. So are these genre subcultures gone for good, or is there still some hope for the future?